game, cause see the boxing voice.
Welcome back, gang, for the first time and hopefully many more to come. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click on the notifications right here, this little bell, so you can get those emails every time we go live.
Yo, it's your boy Mike here again. Boxing Voice here with Flores. Ray, how's it going today?
Everything's great, Mike. Always a pleasure to join you here on the Boxing Voice.
So how do you think about the presser today?
I thought the presser was, you had Jamal and Jermell, obviously the Charlo brothers, fighting in two main events coming up on December 22nd. I thought they were more subdued than usual, but I think that their focus is just to handle business. So they have already gone ahead, pounded their chest, they've made statements time and time again, and now this is their platform, PBC on Fox, to have these showcase opportunities. And I think that you saw a more serious demeanor out of them. Before you see where they're angry or upset, now there's some more serious, focused, locked-in mindset out of the Charlo brothers.
Do you feel like the Charlo brothers can be like one of the faces of boxing?
I think they can be because they have the styles to do so. You have Jermell, who's more of the boxer puncher, but can put you to sleep whenever he wants. He did that to Erickson Lubin, he did that to Charles Hatley. We've seen him demonstrate that. Also, we've seen him showcase his pure boxing skill when he defeated Austin Trout. Jamal Charlo, big, strong, powerful, can put you out with one shot. Also has good boxing skill. They're both similar, but they're both different. They both have their own personalities. I think together, I think separately, they're both superstars. I think together they could just be enormous in boxing and in general sports because they just have, you either love them or you hate them. And that draws a reaction, and drawing a reaction is big money.
How do you feel about Fox, PBC bringing a fight of this magnitude back to Fox, back to free TV?
I think it's great because, look, it's 3 days before the holiday. So people are saying, oh, well, there's a lot of boxing going on in December. Well, who complains about there being too much football or too much baseball? I love boxing. I love watching combat sports. And you get a top level and some excellent fights 3 days before the holiday. You can't beat it. Guess what I'm doing after shopping? I'm going home, turning on the TV, and either watching a holiday movie, but now you get to watch PBC on Fox December 22nd.
December 1st, we have the big man, Fury and Wilder. How was the press tour in your opinion?
I thought they were both rambunctious. I thought they were entertaining in their own way. Bottom line is this. This is boxing. This is the hurt business. I don't expect people to be politically correct all the time when it comes to combat sports because they're fighters. I enjoyed it. They had some theatrics. Thankfully, no one got hurt, seriously. And I can't wait for the fight. Tyson Fury has had this remarkable comeback, dealing with substance abuse and having the issues that he had with his weight. Now he seems to be on par. Deontay Wilder, who is a knockout machine, he's wiped out everyone that's been placed in front of him. I think he's ready to make that next step in his career. I think he's a big-time star, superstar. I think Deontay, with his win over Tyson Fury, it's going to catapult him even that much more. I live in Santa Monica, California now. There's buzz in LA. They sold $1 million in tickets in the pre-sale. Celebrities are going to be there. Staples Center is going to be rocking December 1 for Wilder and Fury.
Personally, win this fight, what kind of leverage does that give them over Joshua, if any?
I just think that everyone needs to come to the table. Whether it be whatever the percentage is, but if Wilder can beat Fury or if Fury beats Wilder, that's huge.
In your opinion, what should it be? Should it be 50-50? Should it be Joshua 60-40?
I see something that should be no worse than 60-40 because if I recollect, the fight that comes to mind is Canelo Triple G, the first one. I think the split was 60-40 in favor of Canelo, correct? Somewhere around those lines. So I think it should be because Joshua has more than one title. He's got 3 belts. So he should get the majority of the share. So 60-40, 62-38, somewhere around there. I think that's fine. If Wilder wins all the belts, then he goes ahead and controls it. But I think it shouldn't be something like 80-20. I don't think it should be 70-30. I think 60-30 or 60-40, 62-38 at the very worst.
What do you think about Canelo's new deal with the zone? $365 million. How many fights?
Tip the cap to him. He went in and he got paid. And you know what? Hey, you can't blame anyone for going out and getting the richest contract in sports history. So congratulations to him and his entire team for what they've done. This is a great time for boxing. There's a ton of money out there. You know, you have all these different platforms. You have PBC on Fox. You got, you know, Showtime rocking, doing a lot of big things for next year. You have Dazn, you have ESPN, there's so much out there. World Boxing Super Series. I love this. Is tremendous. This is wonderful. So many places to work. So many fighters have opportunities. Buildings are being booked all over the world. This is great. So I do stuff with the World Boxing Super Series. I work with, you know, PBC Premier Boxing Champions. I've been with them for the past over 3 years, and they've been great to me, and very thankful to Al Heyman and his entire crew for what they've done for my career and my life in general. And also working with Showtime. Well, I think, you know, I did a couple shows with them in Ringstar Sports last year, and then they came to me and had a couple of dates and went to Tokyo with them and saw Naoya Inoue go ahead and get a victory over Juan Carlos Payano. I think Inoue is one of the hardest punchers pound for pound in boxing. Saw Manuel Rodriguez pick up a big win. That's going to be a fun semifinal with Inoue and Rodriguez. Excited about Regis Prograis coming up on Saturday down in New Orleans. It's a fun tournament, and I think, you know, you really do have some of the best fighting the best in these weight classes. My thing is Regis Prograis. What I've seen out of Prograis, he's developed, he's evolved. We have seen this new, you know, he's kicked it into that next gear. And Prograis wants to prove to the world that he's the top 140-pounder. He's been calling out Jose Ramirez for a while. Ramirez has been avoiding him. So now you have this tournament with the exception of Ramirez. But if Prograis wins this, I think you have to say he's the best 140-pounder out there. I've seen Josh Taylor. I saw Josh Taylor actually when he was in the infancy of his professional career, when he was fighting on Carl Frampton undercards. And I thought Taylor is talented. But again, we're going to see what he has against Ryan Martin. Ryan Martin's not easy. Ryan Martin's going to give him some issues. Plus, Josh Taylor's fighting in Scotland. There's a lot of pressure on his shoulders. He's got to go out there and live up to that expectations. He can, but we'll find out. Cruiserweight division, I got a dark horse. And this is Andrew Tabiti, because I think Tabiti is a boxer puncher. He can mix it up when he needs to. He's so athletic. He's smart. He picks his spots well. He's the fresher of all the guys in the tournament. I think Andrew Tabiti is going to win that tournament. I'd have to say, look, the monster. Naoya Inoue, when he lit up Payano, it was lights out. And Japan, this guy is bigger than a boy band in Japan. That is how popular Naoya Inoue is.
What's the biggest difference between a boxing match in Japan overseas and a boxing match here?
Okay, so what I could just attest to is what I saw in Japan a couple weeks ago. The crowd was there for the opening fight. They were there a half hour before the opening fight, all sitting in their seats. So when the first fight walked out, they were there ready to go. They showed respect to the opponent when the opponent was coming out. You go into these venues and it's hostile territory, et cetera, et cetera. The fans were cheering the opponent as a sign of respect. They clapped, they cheered when Inoue won and when their hometown guy won, but they don't boo. So that's the biggest difference when it comes to a fight here in the United States compared to a fight in Japan.
How you feel about the Barclays Center being the home for PBC?
Look,
officially being
yes.
the exclusive home for PBC boxing.
Barclays Center to me is the venue for boxing on the East Coast. What Anthony has done, what your marks have done, they are tremendous. I think that this place has been rocking since they opened it up. Over 30 events have transpired here. They know how to run a combat sporting event. The fans come out. All you have to do is put on the marquee the two names, and the fans will come out. There's something special about the borough of Brooklyn, and I love Barclays Center. It is one of my favorite venues in the entire world for boxing.
One question that I always ask, boxing has given so much. How has boxing changed your life?
Boxing changed my life because I've been I have been to places all over the world that I would have never dreamed about. I've been given a life financially that I could pick up and go. I mean, I met, you know, I have a beautiful, wonderful girlfriend that I can see a lot because I'm not on the road all the time. I only work a few days a week when I come to events like this. So I'm very fortunate. I'm very blessed to be able to have a good personal life and be able to work for some of the best networks, best promotions on the planet. Boxing has given me everything.
Al Heyman in one word.
A mastermind.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it.
What is up, TBV family? Yes, YouTube has been cutting funding to their channels as of late, and with net neutrality going through its process, the internet is changing. If you want to keep your favorite channel intact, coming up with tons of content, and plus get hours and hours of extra content, head over to patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice to become a member of the TBV family and help support the channel. Peace.